Hi guys, I hope you are all well and I hope you are keeping yourself safe. So today I'm going to show you how I made this beautiful African print fabric necklace. So these are the materials that I used. You need your fabrics and then you also need some binding, and you also need a pen and a paper or a marker or a pencil, anything just to draw. So I first start by drawing these shapes onto a piece of paper. They are like water drops, and then I try to make them three sizes, like large, medium and small. And then after drawing them all, I now started to, so it will help for you to use a pencil with an eraser, so that if you make any mistakes you can always rub out the mistake that you made and then redraw. Then after drawing, I now used scissors just to cut out the shapes. So there are my three templates: large, small and medium. Then I now used my little templates to cut out my fabric. So on the largest, I used this a solid colored fabric. I just pinned the template on top of the fabric and then I cut it out with a scissors. I didn't leave any seam allowance. So all in all, they are all my little fabrics. So at first I cut about 10, but then I only ended up using 8, and I used the remaining 2 for some pair of earrings, which I'm going to show you at the end of the video. So for the medium sized ones, I used this orange and pink fabric, and then I just cut the same way that I cut the big ones. And lastly, I also cut the small ones. Then after that, I now took my binding. So the first thing that I would do is to try and just estimate and see how much binding I was going to need per each little fabric, and then I would add plus minus 3 inches at the top and then cut. Then afterwards, I would now take it out and then I would measure it so that I know how much to cut for all the remaining ones. Then after cutting, I would now attach the binding onto the little fabric on the edge and then just sew it down. Then I moved on to the medium sized and also the small ones. And on the medium ones I used a pink binding. I chose to go with a different colored binding just for contrast. So after I was done with all my pieces, I now started to put the large one down first, and then I would put the medium one and then the small one on top. Then I would just pin it. So I also made these other medium ones. For the neck, I cut a large piece of binding, which was about 48 inches, but you can definitely make it longer and make it like maybe 50 inches or so. And then I also sewed the binding onto the edges, and then I added the little fabrics on the edges just like that. And then I also added 2 smaller pieces on the edges. Then I now went and I tied it onto my display mannequin. Then I now started to just try and arrange the pieces on the mannequin. I know this is not like a proper dress form, and you can help me do that by sharing it and recommending me to your friends so that they can also watch the video and other videos, and that way I can be able to get a dress form soon. Then afterwards I now went on to attach everything. So I would basically just take the ends of the binding and then insert them inside the binding of the longest strip, and then I'll just put those pegs to hold everything down. Then I went on to just do the same thing for all the other pieces, and you'll notice that I added 3 more smaller medium little fabrics in the middle. So when I had my arrangement figured out, I now went on to do a tacking stitch before I sewed it on the sewing machine. So the tacking stitch will just help to hold everything down so that when you go to sew it on the sewing machine, it's just much easier. And to sew, I prefer to use a zigzag stitch because it holds everything down together in place. So at that point, the necklace was basically done, and that is the end result. and that is how it looks like at the back. So at the back you just tie it. So I had some extra pieces that I had left behind, and then I just decided to combine them and add these little gold caps and also some earring hooks, and I made 2 pairs of earrings. So that is the whole outfit done. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.